We are back live with the Los Angeles Tribune. Wow. Powerhouse, legends, fabric of American history. And none of this would be possible without, well, I'll give a shout out to two people. For first, Pete Rivera, who's really kind of put this whole thing together, his circle of influence. And I had the honor and privilege of meeting Pete by Dr. Khalilah Ali, who's with us, flying in. I've known Dr. Khalilah now for a few years. We gave her a Lifetime Achievement Award at our Oscar event. And I don't know, it was like 2-3 years ago. And then congratulations, she's also received President's Lifetime Achievement Award by the President of the United States of America. And has honored other individuals. One of those individuals you'll be seeing shortly. Type in the chat how excited you are. What does this mean to you as a advocate, part of our viewership and our listenership? All of you, millions of you all around the world that are fans of the Los Angeles Tribune newspaper, that is really disrupting the status quo, right, of media around the world. And we're bringing you disruptors of the narrative of the human condition, individuals in the boxing arena that have risen to the very top, that are champions inside and out of the ring. I'm going to give it to you, Pete. I know you have another person that you want to introduce to this magnificent audience, and who is our next guest.
Star-studded panel, Kaya. We're so blessed. Not only these beautiful faces that you're staring at, these champions within their own rights, the Muhammad Ali brand through Mama Ali, who brought us all together. So next up, if you thought it couldn't get any better, put on your seatbelt. Here we go. This man is the caretaker of all of boxing. He cannot walk through an airport anywhere in the world without someone wanting to speak to him and say, "Oh my God, you are Jacob Stitch Duran." Stitch. Everybody reveres this gentleman. This gentleman is literally the caretaker of boxing, of MMA sports, combat sports, anything to do with whether it's bare knuckle, traditional boxing, or in the ring with the UFC or MMA. Stitch Duran is a legend. He has been in all the Creed movies. He has been, and even Here Comes the Boom. You see him in front of Kevin James's face doing his thing. He is a remarkable human being who's a humanitarian, always giving back to humanity in the ring and outside of the ring. And he is on the leading edge of medicine with creams that quickly and swiftly stop bleeding, control bleeding. He has a methodology that is a cutting edge, his own methods he's had to come up with, that's led the world in repairing people in lifetime and in real time so that they can continue to compete and give their best. This man is literally the mulligan for every boxer in the boxing ring so that they can have a second shot. And that man is none other than the one, Jacob Stitch Duran. Stitch, welcome to the show, good brother.
Well, thank you, Pete. I appreciate it, man. What an introduction, man. And a lot of this force has to do with, believe it or not, Bone Crusher Smith, and I'm glad he's on, but he doesn't even know how that fight what he had with Marvis Frazier didn't change my life. It just confirmed what I'm going to do is protecting kind of fighters. I was learning to be a cutman at that time at a school of kickboxing, and I asked this one guy that did a good job on one of the earlier fights that I wanted to learn to be a cutman, and can you tell me what he did? And he says, "F you, I'm taking this to my grave, and you got to learn like me." That was the old mentality of boxing at that time. And my job at that point was never to be like him, to go out there and teach. And that's the road to my success where I'm at. Growing up as a farm worker, I always fought for the rights of farm workers. My parents did. With Cesar Chavez, and, the UFC fired me because I spoke out about the unfair practices, taking away the sponsors from the fighters and going exclusive Reebok. So that's been my whole mission, Pete, and I'm just warming up, brother.
Well, I'll tell you, you're a gift to humanity. You're a gift to everyone in and out of the ring. Your whole approach about a community informational think tank so that the whole sport can be advanced instead of being selfish with the information is incredible. I'll tell you, you have a method that I would like for you to share with the audience of how you stop bleeding and how you actually do it's a little bit niche right now for the show, but we also want to get to your secret of success and what's pushed you forward your methodology, and then go into your secret of success.
Well, there's no secret to the success. That's the whole thing about it, and everybody thought it was a secret, but it's all proper technique. Number one is the adrenaline chloride 1000, the mixture that we use. It's a vessel constrictor. A lot of the cut men that are using it think it's a coagulant. If they're doing that, people just don't know what they're doing. None of us have to be certified to be called pros or even coaches to be called pro coaches or cut men. So that's something I'm trying to improve by education. Yeah, it's been a road, and I see so many mistakes that it's not fair to the fighters. I put a documentary together like 25 years ago that deals with all the stuff that fighters go through, and I never did nothing with it. And the young man that helped me passed away about a year ago, and I saw this film after not watching it 20 years, and everybody I have on there are Hall of Famers. I have Mike Tyson, Fernando Vargas, Eddie Mustafa Muhammad, Mills Lane, Joe Cortez, Richard Steele, Emmanuel Stewart, Chuck Bodak, Doc Brodas. All these guys talked about the issues that were hurting boxing then and unfair, and it's still happening now. So I'm going to reshoot this and include MMA fighters because the dementia, the contracts, the agents, everything is spelled out with these veterans, but nothing's ever been done.
Now, one last thing here before we cut over to some of the wonderful, amazing champions in the waiting room. Stitch, when people Google your name, one of the number one things that pops up around the entire world, no matter what country they're in, no matter what search engine they're on, they always see the bout that you had, if you will, with you standing tall on integrity. You were a man of moral compass, your integral, fortitude, stood tall, and the whole world rallied behind you as you took on Dana White and the UFC on one particular issue. And the whole world, this is a hot button. How can you walk us through basically the whole, issue there where you were a wonderful, proud proponent for sponsorships and everyone having the freedom to have their own sponsorships, but then they went and streamlined it and it was a big rift, and you basically stood tall and you took on the establishment and you basically did not sell out at all, and you were the beacon and tip of the spear for that whole movement. Can you walk us through that?
Yeah, Dana brought me in. I think there was only 12 members in the UFC, and there was a smart move that he did because MMA was such a new sport, so guys didn't know how to wrap hands or work cuts. So he brought myself and Leon Tabbs. Leon Tabbs, the original cut man, the Hall of Famer. And so we set this program up where we would wrap the guys' hands and work their fights and work their cuts. But everybody was working on sponsors. Fighters were making $50,000, $100,000 a fight. And they went exclusive into the Reebok deal and didn't notify nobody. So everybody was effing Dana, UFC, and Reebok, and what have you not. And they called me, John Nash from BloodyElbow.com, and asked if I'd be interested in doing an interview, how it affected the cutmen. So being that my parents fought for the rights with Cesar Chavez's farm workers, the interview I did was great, but it went all over the world. And for that, they fired me, right? And but one of the best compliments I've gotten, and Pete, it's been like 9-10 years since they let me go, and people all over the world still stop me. But the best compliment I got is I'm closing is this one top trainer comes up to me. I hadn't seen him in 8 years. And he says, Stitch, we, the fighters, the trainers, we thank you for speaking up because we couldn't. And that's the way I ended it. And I continue fighting for the rights of the fighters.
Amazing. And Stitch, such an honor to meet you and to be in your presence. And thank you so much to Pete, dear friend of yours, to making this happen and bringing us all together. The Los Angeles Tribune is much like what you're saying, an advocate for people, for making a difference in the world, bring positive messages, and coming up with solutions. You as a man, as a legend in your own right, and having done so many things, what would you say is one principle that you would say has led you in your life that you feel is a principle that everybody at home can utilize that to tap into their greatness, and they can make an impact like you are making in the boxing world?
Yeah, well, thank you. Giving back. My parents were always, we had nothing. And like Eva was saying, we grew up with nothing, but we always gave back, and we always treated people with respect. So that's really been the whole premise behind my whole career. And, you know, I tell these young people is that line that we're all scared to cross, and we've all been there. If we don't cross it, we never get to the other side. So don't be scared to challenge yourself and go out there and you know, everybody that's been successful is no different than us. You know, we're all the same people.
So last question before we bring up our next champion is, Stitch, what challenges you today? What's your next challenge?
Well, my next challenge is bringing up this Boxer's Nightmare, this documentary I put together 25 years ago and redo it and then put it out there. And it's done not for economics for me. It's done for the educational purpose and taking care of these fighters. You know, these guys, they're modern day gladiators, but deep inside, they're all babies. And my job is to take care of the babies. And, you know, how many times Ray Mercer and Bone Crusher Smith have you guys kissed your trainers or your coaches and says, I love you? You know, it's a manly thing, but I understand because these guys are gladiators and they need somebody to cover their back.
Yes, absolutely. Is there a certain date and a time where that project will be released? Is there a way where someone can stay tuned? Where can people find out about that project?
Well, you know, they at the Hall of Fame, they finished filming my documentary From the Fields to the Garden, growing up as a farm worker in the fields, and my goal to make it to Madison Square Garden. So Michael B. Jordan and the Creed people are going to help me take it to the next level. So once we finish that, in fact, I'm going to start working on Boxer's Nightmare as soon as I can with people that want to get involved and get that out as soon as possible. So, yeah, you know, doing the interviews with current fighters right now is going to be a piece of cake.
That's amazing. Amazing. Stitch, please stay with us as we bring in another champion. I know, Pete, you're excited to introduce our next champion. And he is ready, camera ready, off camera just ready. So, Pete, go ahead and please do introduce him.
Well, we have a couple, but we've been bouncing back and forth trying to get them all uploaded. But the one that's been here all along, standing ready, is James Bone Crusher Smith. Nobody wanted to fight this guy. He is the former WBA champion of the world. He basically was not supposed to win. He was called with a week's notice by Don King to fight the champion because somebody backed out. They thought that they were going to serve up some fresh meat to the champion, Tim Witherspoon. And man, Don King, Tim Witherspoon, and the world were all rocked and shocked because this gentleman showed up, you know, and ended up handling business and quick. And he ended up becoming the heavyweight champion of the world in 1986 through 87, held the title, defended it. He is just a human being that fights for humanity. He's got great humanitarian charities and organizations. He fights for children, champions for children. He is just a phenomenal human being for kids. There's no one else other than this gentleman, James Bone Crusher Smith. Champion, welcome to the show.
Welcome to the Los Angeles Tribune, James Bone Crusher Smith.
Hello, hello, hello. How's everyone?
We're doing amazing. Turn your camera on. You were on just a moment ago.
Yeah, Bone Crusher, whatever you just hit.
Yeah, I think you unmuted. Okay, there you go.
Hey,
how's it going, champ?
How's everyone?
Amazing, amazing.
It's a pleasure seeing everyone today, and thank you, Pete, for those kind words. Thank you for the host. Thanks to all the kind words that have been said about me at this point, and it's a pleasure. Greetings from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. With my wife has done an excellent job kind of keeping me straight here. You can see the WBA belt on the left there, and so I'm open for questions.
Absolutely. You know, we have millions of people worldwide follow the Los Angeles Tribune. Type in the chat how excited you are, any questions you may have that we might even be able to ask James Bone Crusher Smith. That being said, what would you say is a turning point? What was a turning point or a breakthrough moment in your life that put you on the path to becoming who you are today? You know, one of the most amazing legends in the world of boxing. What would you like to share as far as a turning point, a breakthrough moment, and maybe something regarding your secret to your longevity and your success?
Well, when I was about 6 years old, I was a little crybaby. Looking at me now, can you believe it? I was ever little and a crybaby. I ended up fighting 10 world champions. I fought 3 of them twice, Larry Holmes twice, Mike Weaver twice, and Tim Witherspoon twice. And you know, I just kept running and kept running, kept getting in shape, stayed in shape because I would get called on a short notice, and people just called me on a short notice, like was said earlier, that I was given a 7-day notice to fight for the heavyweight championship of the world, and I just went out in the first round. I mean, you have to be ready.
You have to be ready. So what was that moment? What changed in your mindset from, being that in the beginning of your life? And what was the turning point? What shifted it for you?
It's just staying focused and understanding that life is short. Even if we live to be 100 years old, we just have to be ready to go home. We don't know when we're going to leave this earth, and we just want to be ready to go when we get that call.
Wow. And so what are you passionate about today? I know that all of us, and especially yourself, are champions, not only in the ring and out of the ring. What do you stand for America and for the world today?
Well, one of the things I'm excited about, very, very excited about, is in 2017, I created the Boxing Legends Hall of Fame, and it's based in South Carolina, Myrtle Beach. And we having a couple of events coming up as fundraisers. One will be May 18th. We're having a golf outing at Crown Park Golf Course. We still have openings if people want to come and participate, donate. And then on Saturday, June 1st, we're having the Boxing Legends Hall of Fame dinner and induction. And I think Pete and a bunch of the folks is going to be coming down, Murad, and we just open it up to everybody. Anybody want to come and participate, they're welcome. They can look at my website, championforkids.org.
Championforkids.org. Hey, Kai, you didn't know this about Champ, but down there in his territory, he's got a wonderful gentleman who's a great singer. Everybody knows him as a Blowfish. Then he did a lot of country music, but Darius Rucker and the Champ are close, and they live right there in the area, and they do a lot of fundraising together and support one another in the area. And Darius Rucker is just an amazing gift to humanity as well. That's one of his good buddies. Well, that having been said, Champ, stay right there. Don't go anywhere. We got another champion. Merciless Ray Mercer. Are you there, good buddy?
I am here.
Yes, he's here.
Awesome. 1988 gold medal champion of the world. He became the heavyweight champion of the world. After that, he took on the world, when the whole world was behind what they dubbed as the good guy, and they dubbed him as the bad guy. But he showed his true colors by overcoming the odds and then winning everybody's hearts. He not only beat the champ, but then he turned around and he became the good guy over time, because his deeds and his actions were congruent with his words, because he fights for humanity, and he always shows up fundraising for other people and other champions. He's always given of himself, of his time. He's always investing in the kids too. So without further ado, Merciless Ray Mercer, welcome to the show.
Oh man, it's good to be here. In the presence of everybody that I stand for does exactly what I like to do, for people and the communities. And it's just an honor to be in the company with everybody that's here.
Well, it's a privilege and honor to have you, my good brother. We are all feeding off one another and supporting one another. The one thing I wanted to get across to everybody and that's viewing this show is that boxing is divisive in the ring, but out of the ring, it's a real brotherhood and sisterhood, as you're witnessing right now. And everybody, crystallizes and caramelizes together around pushing humanity forward. And everyone here on this channel has got a giving and humanitarian heart. So that's why everybody's here. That having been said, Ray, what are you? What's your secret of success, and what do you have coming down the pipe?
Secret of success is just believing, man. I mean, just dreaming and believing in God and praying every night for something that you really want. And it came true for me. So that's the word that I tried to spread with all the young kids and all the fighters out there, that and not only fighters but everybody in every sport, that if you believe in something and you really believe in it and you work hard toward it and you're praying every night for it, it's gonna happen. I'm living proof of that. I had a lot of help, in my career without the military. Everybody know I did 10 years in the military. I learned how to box in the military. I was in the Army for 2 years before I even put a pair of gloves on, and 5 years later, you know, I won in the gold medal. So I can honestly tell people that if you really put your heart into it and you train hard and you really believe and you believe in the Lord, then anything can happen.
Amen.
Absolutely.
Amen. Thank you for your service, champ. Kaya, do we have anybody else in the waiting room?
I am checking right now. I know that we might be at some point we'll be bringing you another legend, 2 other legends. They might be joining later today, so we will keep you in tune. For those of you from all around the world tuning in to the Los Angeles Tribune newspaper, type in the chat, you know, what has this meant for you? What are some takeaways hearing from all these champions inside the ring and champions outside of the ring? What is this? What's your takeaway? What's something that they have shared that has been a secret to their success that you feel you could step into even more yourself? And with that being said, I'd like to just go around and have each person share what is the project that you want to promote that is good, that is really a philanthropy, a humanitarian project, or your show or your podcast where we as a LA Tribune can support you. We want to bring our millions of viewers to your platforms. Why? Because what we say is life supports what supports life. You all are legends and supporting life for so many other people. And so we want to support you so that you can do your great work to even have an impact to even more people. So let's start with whoever wants to unmute first and ready to go. Just share links, your podcast, websites, phone numbers to call, literally. And our team is going to be typing it in the chat so that we can get more people to tune into your projects.
Ladies first. Ladies first. Who's the lady that would like to go first?
I think Dawn has got to jump off soon, though, right? So maybe Dawn first, or are you good, Dawn? Okay, Eva. I wasn't sure if Dawn had to jump off. We could go
Eva,
with Eva.
Unmute yourself.
Okay, Eva, go for it, Eva, please.
Unmute yourself.
Of course, you guys don't know who I am by now. My name's been said a bunch of times, but there is a couple projects that I'm very, very excited about. One, we are doing a documentary. It's Sweet Magic, .com. It's a 501c3. It's a documentary about my life and the things and the challenges that I had to go through. It's basically, it's really very, very inspirational. I really would love for a lot of the young girls and the women to, watch it and you men too, because there's a lot of life lessons to be learned always. And I'm just so excited about it because I never thought in all my wildest dreams that someone would want to do a documentary on my life. And so, it's a great gift from God. And I know that a lot of people would really love watching it. And I think everybody would take something different away from it. And it's all positive.
And
Thank
Eva,
God. The world needs positivity.
This is in pre-production, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's almost finished. We are like in the last stages here because we ran into where it was at first they were going to do a documentary, but now they're looking at doing a docu-series. And so, yes. And so who knows, my life I just keep getting blessed and blessed and blessed. So absolutely. And then another thing that I'm really excited about is I have been appointed to be a spokesperson for mental health in your corner with the National Boxing Hall of Fame. I am very excited about this because I have been wanting to spread the knowledge of, a lot of people are afraid to, get into the mental health issues. They're afraid to, and a lot of people have to learn that it's all around us. And so I just want to get out and make it known that every family is dealing with mental health in some way, somehow. And, I just want to spread the word. And I want to let everyone know that this also includes our veterans.
Yes.
Who, a lot of times they don't even want to admit what they're going through. And
22 a day, 22 suicides a day.
Absolutely. We have our children. My daughter, Eva Marie, is an educator and music teacher at a middle school and a high school. Every day they have children that are dealing with mental illness. This is something that I need to make, I know that I can't take it all over the world. I know everybody won't hear me all over the world, but as we need to make sure that everybody is aware of mental health, because a lot of us, we don't understand it. We don't understand mental health. And we all have to be more patient with each other, respect each other, and love each other. So I am so excited about, the mental health in your corner with the National Boxing Hall of Fame. I'm very excited.
That's amazing.
About it.
Amazing.
Yes.
Thank you so much,
Yes.
Eva, for everything you're doing. And please, anybody that has a project like this, those of you here on the panel, please connect with Pete, because Pete is working with us. We're taking a bunch of projects to a worldwide distribution. And 2 weeks from now, we're going to be in Cannes. We're there with a 30-year veteran of Cannes. He's a co-producer. He's produced in the movie White Men Can't Jump, Kill Bill 1, Kill Bill 2. So we are connected to the people that actually can get those worldwide distribution for your project. So please see Pete.
Yes.
And then Pete's connected with our team. And so just really, really super excited for all that.
Yes.
So each one of us, maybe.
I have one more thing I want to say. I want everybody to follow me on social media, and I want you guys to go to check out our trailer. It's www.sweetmagic.com, and it is a 501c3, and it's just means so much that everybody would just take the time to log on.
That website, please, as you're watching this, our team is typing it in the chat. That website one more time, Eva.
It is www.sweetmagicthedoc.com.
All right. We got everybody tuning in. Thank you so much, Eva. And let's hear from, let's go with Dawn. I know, Dawn, you really world famous already. What would you like to share is something that is your project that you would like to promote, or for us to, our worldwide audience, to how do people connect to those projects?
Well, first and foremost, I'm really a humble person, so I really don't put myself out extraordinarily, because, it's about other people on our walk. It's not about us. We're here to create greatness and uplift others. But they can find me on the Original Fighter's Voice with Don McGuire on Facebook, Instagram, and I even believe YouTube. But I'm not here about me. I'm here. I deal with several charities. I've dealt with several charities for the last 40 years, but there's one charity right now that sits really deep in my heart, and that's with the Mosley Foundation of Love.
Shane.
Yes, sir. Shane had lost his nephew Diamond Johnson when they were hit by a semi, and they decided to open up, this organization. And it's been in my heart my whole career. I've shot the Golden Gloves, USA, PAL, you name it. Any children's event worldwide I've shot for free, because I always believe that that's the future of what we're bringing. So June 16th and 17th of this year in Pomona, California, the Mosley Foundation, we've created a youth boxing camp. We're looking for sponsorships, fundings. We're just about $15,000 shy of creating this event, but this event is to help underprivileged youth, kids who can't afford it. We're going to teach discipline. We're going to teach, mentor, and we're bringing several world champions into this event with us to help demonstrate and correlate the core values of what they have instilled in the sport, and give them meaning and hope for life, and teach the kids that you know, there are people who believe in you. There are people who believe and want to see you succeed. You know, not everybody in this world wants to see kids in gangs and drug violence and things of this nature. But with the Mosley Foundation, what we decided to do was create an atmosphere where we're going to bring legends and world champions to utilize it and teach these kids the proper path in life. And, you know, the biggest part of this is we've been doing crowdfunding so we can get as many kids into this event for free because we know they can't afford it. And especially in this economy with the world where it's at, you know, me, Shane, his sister, and his daughter all feel that this is a vital necessity. And we want to see this happen June 16th and 17th in Pomona, California. And, you know, I hope people that believe in the children and the future, you know, can find a way, whether it be $1, $2, whatever, you know, give the kids a chance. You know, the world is falling around, you know, apart around us. And this show is a hope, a beacon of light. And, you know, being inducted into the National Boxing Hall of Fame this weekend, I saw so many people that just want to help. So being attached to the Mosley Foundation, it was one thing that I put on my plate because I have 30,000 things on my plate, but this is one thing that I truly believe in and I truly want to succeed. We've got just a short few weeks to make this happen. But I believe that, you know, people out in the community and worldwide that love children and want to see children succeed. You know, we drove around in many cities and get kids off the streets, bring them into a gym, mentor them. We bring people in from the universities to tutor them, to get their grades up. We just don't give kids opportunities. They have to also earn it too, because we want to create a tremendous individual that's going into society. So you got to maintain your grades. You got to do your homework before we even let you train. You know, so there's a lot of things that go into this, but it's trying to create a better tomorrow than we have today.
And we're so excited. Thank you so much for the great work you're doing, Don. So excited to be interviewing this evening. Also, Sugar Shane Mosley, he'll be speaking with us, sharing his message tonight. And so thank you so much for everything you're doing. Let's kick it over to who wants to go next? Maybe Sumya. Yeah, Sumya and Ray.
Ladies first. Ladies first.
Ladies first. Sumya, if you don't mind, share what is the projects you're excited about? Where can people find you, find those projects? How can we at the LA Tribune and our greater worldwide audience support you and what you're doing in the world?
Yeah, thank you very much. You know, my website is sumya.com, SUMYA.com. It's going to be updated, but what I'm really passionate about is health. And we do not have a healthcare system. We have a health disease management system in many ways in this country. And I feel like for the last 14 years, I've had a studio since 2010. I retired from boxing in 2006, opened my first studio in 2010, and we teach 7 habits of health that I developed. My book is coming out this year for children, and I'm opening a bigger center this summer. It's going to be an 8,000 square foot health facility where we teach these 7 habits. Thousands of kids come every year to my field trips, my camps, my parties, and we teach them about health. We, you know, when I see kindergartners come into my studio that are obese, like almost half the class in some cases, I have seen, you know, everybody is touched by diabetes nowadays. Everybody, children, 1 in 6 children have diabetes. It used to be 30 years ago, a teacher would see a student with diabetes every couple of years. We have hit the Titanic in many ways as far as health is concerned. And this book and my field trip is my mission to help change that. What I'm planning on doing is franchising this. And I have kind of a 2-part goal. I want to uplift the health of communities all over the country. But I think if I get ex-fighters, ex-boxers opening one of these centers in their community, I think we could lift the sport again. Many times I hear boxing's dying. Well, it's not dying. I know MMA is really big right now. Boxing is always going to be here. We're going through a little bit of a thing, right? We're losing more opportunities on TV. Showtime just stopped showing boxing this last fall. But I feel if you get fighters, ex-fighters, all these champs in their communities, Bone Crusher Smith, Ray Mercer, you guys open a center, what I'm doing here in Kansas City, You're invited to the grand opening this summer. I don't have a date yet. I'm hoping around the 4th of July, before or after the holiday. You'll see what I've been doing for 14 years. I've perfected it, and I want to put it out to communities, because we need to have education. It's education. It's help bringing communities together to help learn new habits of health. The 7 habits are nutrition, movement and exercise, learning and self-confidence, nature and wildlife, family and community, world harmony, and the final chakra is up here. It's goodness and happiness. Because ultimately what I'm hearing from everybody on their talks is ultimately to be happy, which is all of our journey. That's what the true journey in life is. We all want to be happy. To be happy, you have to do good things, and you have to be in service to other people. So that's what I hear with Don. That's what I hear with everybody. We're all about being in service to others. And so this is my habits of health. And I know we can make it work. My book is coming out. You can stay in touch with my website, sumya.com. And super excited to be part of this mission. Thank you.
The secrets to success continue. You shared so much in just that a couple minutes there, Sumya. Thank you so much. I love that your approach is the holistic approach, right? The whole life, right? Mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, family, career, philanthropy, health. I am huge on health. I had an open heart surgery when I was turned age 41. So I had a health scare. So I had to change my life completely. And it's so ironic, the moment that I changed, that I had to change what I ate and how I took care of myself. Ironically, I now am younger and fitter than I ever was before my open heart surgery. So it really is quite shocking to see that when we change our habits, how it literally just changes everything. Thank you so much, Sumya. I think you and I can connect, and I would love to support you. And the LA Tribune is super excited to have you on with us. Let's go to Ray Mercer next. Please do share, our brother. What are you most excited about? Projects that you want to share with the world, and how people can find out about those, and how we can support you.
Well, I don't have many, but I do have one that I've been supporting here for almost 20 years. And it is Find a Dream. You can also find out about it. Go to findadream.com. My friend Rod McCarty is the founder from New Jersey, and this guy helps a lot of people. We help a lot of people. We do boxing training, we do MMA training, we do anti-bullying. We do a lot of things for underprivileged kids, and all of them, all kids. And we have camps, we have training camps, we have everything, and it gives the kids something to really look forward to. We get them bicycles, we just try to provide what kids need, like computers and stuff like that. So I've been supporting that for the longest, and this is the first time I really got put on the platform so I can let people know about it. So if you want to know more about it, just go to findadream.com, and just donate them, because we're trying to help everybody. So it takes a village to raise kids, so we're trying to be a part of that, and everybody who's been on before me is doing the same thing. And people like you guys, man, are gonna make the world go round, man. I'm telling you, and I really love and appreciate everything you guys are doing. Thank you, and everything too, for bringing that together.
Absolutely, and thank you so much, Merciless Ray Mercer, for all you're doing. Please type in the chat one more time that website.
Findadream.com.
Findadream.com. Please type it in the chat, and thank you for joining us today. Who should we ask? James or Jake Stitch? Yes, please do share again. What is your projects that we can all support? Where do we find you? How can we support what great work you're doing in the world?
And the projects that I'm working on have come to me, right? And Pete, you mentioned the cut cream. Jason Washington, Keith Hyatt created a cream that helps it accelerates the healing process of cuts. So when they called me, I asked them what proof source they had, and of course, that's why they called me. So I took them to the bare knuckle fights, and there they all get cut. They sew them up in the dressing room. They would take a picture of them, give them the cream. A week later, they would return the pictures, and the results have been tremendous. It helps in the healing process. So that's called the cut cream. That's available at stitchcuts.com, and instead of a S, it's a Z. So stitchcuts with a Z.com. That's available right now. It's called the Cut Cream by Stitch Premium. Also, I'm
we're audio's. If you could just repeat the last couple sentences, we lost your audio just a little bit. Stitch.
All right. The Cut Cream is available at stitchcuts.com, and it's with a Z, not a S. And so stitchcuts.com with a Z. The Cut Cream is available there.
Could you spell it out? STI?
stitchcuts.com.
Okay. And one more time, just so that we have it typed correctly in the chat.
stitchcuts.com.
There you go. Awesome. Thank you for our LA Tribune family typing that in the chat. Great work that you're doing. Yeah. Thank you so much, Stitch. And
well, I have some
Pete.
other projects. Yeah, let me tell you
Please
about my other projects also. Of course, my documentary is being finalized. They did our final filming at the Hall of Fame. It's called From the Fields to the Garden, but now it should be called From the Fields to the Garden to the Hall of Fame. What a way to end that documentary. And but most importantly is Boxer's Nightmare. And Pete, I want to talk to you about this, about taking it further. With these interviews that I have, it's literally the Bible of how we can make this game better for the fighters. And to have these legends that give you these comments, the Emmanuel Stewarts, the Richard Stills, the Joe Cortez, Mills Lanes, Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson said best because Joyce Barrow, which is the daughter of Joe Louis, says every major sport has a union, has insurance. Why not boxing? Well, Mike Tyson says, he goes, guys like me, Holyfield, Lennox Lewis, Oscar De La Hoya, when we fight, give us some of this money. Let's give it to these guys because we don't need it. We're taken care of. Mark Ratner, that was the executive producer for the Nevada State Athletic Commission here, is now the vice president of the UFC. He says the money comes from the pay-per-views. So these are the areas that I want to attack and hit and try to get an insurance program for these fighters. Try to get some kind of legal advice for these fighters, something that's simple in life, and deal with dementia pugilistica. So that's a project that I'm going to be working on, that I'm going to have a lot of heart and faith in it. And then finally, the company that's helped me distribute the CBD products are also going to have a cannabis line with me. It's called Thai Stitch. Hopefully it comes out in June, if not June, in August. So those are the programs I'm working with. And, bottom line is fighter safety. That's my number one concern.
Amen. Here. Real quick, guy who is working on the exact same projects I'm working on. So we're concurrent and paralleled. And I already have the health insurance piece, the dental piece, and a lot of the benefits piece to bring over to you. So it's going to be a perfect hand and glove marriage, like a hand going into a boxing glove. Stitch, you've excited me. I'm on fire now. I love you. I'm all in. I'm all in.
Yeah, well, we should all be in, right? It's not fair to the Ray Mercers and Bone Crusher Smith. Not to take care of these guys. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Speaking of Bone Crusher, absolutely. Yeah. Speaking of Bone Crusher, champ, you are the last one to get us connected with all of your initiatives. What are some of your projects, your passions? And please tell us about June 1st. Murad Muhammad, myself, and others are going to be there. But how can everybody else get connected to us and be part of your projects?
Well, yes, I want to talk about that as well. But before I do that, I want to recognize my wife, Duran, and give out her number because she's working on the James Bone Crusher Smith show and my documentary. She's the executive producer of that. Affiliate to Madison Square Garden. And her number is 301-537-4362. Again, 301-537-4362. And like you said, Pete, we want to invite everybody to come June 1st in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I'm hosting a Boxing Legends Hall of Fame, my event, Boxing Legends Hall of Fame dinner and introduction. It'll be at Crown Park Golf Club House, and they can reach out to me at 910-658-3408. That's my cell phone, or they text me. And I'm also I show people how they can drink coffee and make money. So if they want, we got
gotta love that. That's a great combination right there.
We got a Zoom call today at 7 p.m. Eastern time. If you would like to be part of that, want more information, they can text me their information. My cell phone is 910-658-3408. It's gonna be a knockout.
It's gonna be a knockout. Look at them hands right there. All right. So thank you so much, everybody. Wow. None of this would have been possible without the amazing Pete Rivera, who is literally changing the world. Thank you so much, Pete, for pulling us all together. We're super excited to have Sugar Shane Mosley on our platform to share his secret sauce to his greatness and his longevity of over 20 years tonight. We're also going to be chatting with Larry Holmes, and then also Riddick Bowe, and a couple other people over the next day or so. So also want to give a shout out to the incredible LA Tribune. We've had this is now, I think, the day 5 going on a 7-day leadership week with the Los Angeles Tribune newspaper, the newspaper that is literally changing the status quo. Again, we all know the news is very good at keeping everyone's attention. And what do they typically do that with? With a lot of fear-based messages, talking about problems of the world and not bringing enough solutions. So we're changing the status quo. We're a news station that, yes, gives the people the truth, but also gives us solutions and also uplifts, inspires, and educates. And so shout out to our incredible CEO, Mo Rock of the LA Tribune, our editor-in-chief, Ava Manuel, Alicia, and the entire team. I would give it back to you, Pete. Anything you want to share in final words, even though we're still in process, there's still a few more interviews coming throughout the rest of the day, but anything you want to share, Pete, that you want to share?
Eva, go.
Eva, go.
I forgot one thing. I want to make sure with the In Your Health, with the mental health thing, I want to make sure they get that website, because I didn't say it. It's In Your Corner, NBHOF.com.
Say that really slow again. In Your Corner.
In Your Corner, NBHOF.com.
In Your Corner, NBHOF.com.
You got it. And
all right, please, on our team, please type that in the chat.
Yes.
So as everyone's watching right now, you can click that link. Well, don't click it right now and leave the interview, but just click it as soon as we're done, when we go to a break, and save that in your on your computer or on your device so that you can tune in. So please do share a little bit more, Eva.
We're going around the horn, so make it quick. We're going to go around the horn to everybody. Yes, we're going to go around the horn to everybody. Go ahead, Eva. Go quick.
There is one other thing. I do have a book that is coming out. Vanderbilt University, Professor Gabriel Torres is putting out a student book, inspirational book for all the colleges, and that should be out soon also. So I just wanted to, I forgot about that, and I probably should not have forgotten about it. So
that's awesome.
Big things are happening. Big things are happening.
Amazing, Eva.
Thank you.
Go,
Stitch. Let me finish up. And this, thank you, Bone Crusher Smith. This happened when he fought Marvis Frazier, when the guy told me to F off, right? I just put a video together because education is a big thing that we're all doing. And it came out last week. I kind of forgot about it, right? But it shows fighters or trainers, cutmen, how to wrap hands for boxing, for MMA, how to work on swelling, how to work on cuts, the proper medications that we use, the whole history, the tools that we use. So that video is now available at stitchduran.com, and you could rent it or you could buy it.
Perfect. Thank you. Champ, Bone Crusher, go. What do you got?
Thank you, Stitch. I remember you, man. And it's great. And if anybody would like me to speak to their organization, they can call me or text me at 910-658-3408. And again, if you're interested in drinking coffee and making money, you can text me as well, and I'll plug you into a Zoom call.
Phone number one more time is
910-658-3408. And it's gonna be a
910-658-3408. I'm gonna send you a text. I'm gonna call you.
Yeah,
All right.
Partner with the champ over some coffee. Drink some coffee.
Yes,
That's
yes.
awesome. Sumya, last words. Go. Gotta unmute yourself, darling. You look great. You're lip syncing.
Thank you.
Come
Thank
on,
you.
bring it.
Okay. Thank you. I'd like to thank everybody here. Thank you for being an inspiration to me. As I meet you, some of you, I've known your stories for years. Bone Crusher, Stitch, Don. But thanks for being part of my team. And just come to my grand opening. I'll reach out to each of you. I'd like to make it a big boxing event where you could bring your stuff and you could advertise what you're doing at the event. So it's in Kansas City, super easy flight to get here for most of you, nonstop. And I'll let you know when it's coming up because it's going to be a big, big, amazing thing. Maybe get the news out here and everything.
I hope you have enough food because we're all showing up. All right. Mercer, last words. Go.
All right. Well, what I like to do is I like to go around the country, go around the world, and talk to the young kids, young fighters, and MMA fighters, or anything that you have that I can be a help for, bullying, anti-bullying, or anything like that. My phone number is 910-977-9765. Give me a call. I'll come anywhere. I love it.
Oh, that's awesome. Have we left anybody out?
Me.
Don, the best for last. Go.
Hey, I just want to get that out there that it's www.mosleyfoundationoflove.org. Whether it's $1, $2, $3, you're going to be saving a child's life. And I just want to let everybody know, I'm not handicapped. Like I said in my induction speech, I'm handicapable. I've been through 253 surgeries in my life, and I'm still here. Thank goodness to God. So if you're out there and you feel isolated because of an injury or an illness, don't be. You know what? The only people that can make excuses are the excuses we make ourselves. Like I said in my speech, trust me, half of my career, I've been without a leg, and I've created some of the most iconic moments in Muay Thai, the UFC, and in boxing, which is my heart and my soul. So have faith, believe in yourself, and the world is yours. Just because your shell is partially missing doesn't mean that your soul is missing. With that being said, thank you and God bless.
Well said, champ. I don't know how to follow up on that other than we have to push through adversity. Speaking of adversity, the power went out. Here I am with a cell phone light and still pushing through with you guys.
You're looking pretty good there.
Yep. So, you got to land quick on your feet. You got to be, pivot and change and just believe in yourself. And that having been said, ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for the Los Angeles Tribune, to our wonderful host, the voice of the Oscars, the amazing CEO, inspirational host, Mr. Kaya Redford. Kaya, thank you so much for providing us this wonderful platform, gracing us with your leadership and your guidance. And final last words from you, my friend, because you are the one that's going to close it out. So Kaya, bring us home.
I'm so grateful for all of, everyone on here, Cinco de Mayo. We're all busy people. We're making a huge difference in the world. It's such an honor to be partnering up with you, Pete, and bringing the legends of boxing and all the philanthropy and humanitarian work that they're doing to the LA Tribune. And I like to say, iron sharpens iron, right? So this team leadership, we're all making each other better, having an even bigger impact in the world. So grateful for the Los Angeles Tribune, and stay tuned for the rest of the day because we have more legends coming. And with that being said, as we learned from my documentary, Homeless in America, and helping the people that are suffering around the world, the homeless, as an example, they don't want to hand out. They want to hand up. So it's lifting people up, and that's what we all do together. I feel like tears in my heart, tears of joy, to connect with all of you. And thank you, Pete, for making this happen. And this is just the beginning of more great work that we all do together. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. Thank you,
We're
Pete.
going to take it to a commercial break and stay tuned because with the Los Angeles Tribune newspaper and the movement, there's
Text
always
me,
more.
Kaya. Text me.
I will text both of you. Yes.
Thank you.
And anybody, if you have a desire to reach myself, Kaya Redford, you can actually send us a message at area code 626-329-8001, 626-329-8001. Pete Rivera and myself are in partnership. All the things that we do together. We have a lot of movies and documentaries and docu-series that we're taking to worldwide distribution in a couple weeks at the Cannes Films Festival. I will be there literally live in person on the ground. We're going with a team of veterans. They've been doing this for 30 years, connected to the big blockbuster movies that we all watch and see. I myself am a success coach for Fortune 500 companies. I wear multiple hats. And I'm also a host of the TV show Top Leaders Forum, a TV show powered by the Los Angeles Tribune. And all I got to say is God bless. See you after the break. And there's more.
All right.
All right.